Thank you very much. On that note, we're going to toss it right back to the HCL Tech press conference where the management is addressing the media.
So, I mean, are clients delaying payments for projects? Are any projects stalled? Could you give us some color, please?
Can I just borrow that? Yeah. So if you look at our vertical growth, the quarter-on-quarter growth in financial services is 6.9%, right? And America's quarter-on-quarter growth is 1.8%, and year-on-year growth is 10%. And so I think these are good growth numbers. So I don't know what exactly you're referring to. In terms of the verticals, there are 3 verticals on a quarter-on-quarter basis have declined, but financial services has been strong. Life sciences and healthcare has been strong. Public services has been more flattish. Retail CPG has grown 0.6. But if you take the constant currency year-on-year growth, it looks very, very strong. The tech and telecom are the 2 verticals where we are seeing softness. There are some discretionary spends which are being cut back, and that is really showing up in the decline in revenue in tech, which is sequentially declined 1.6%, but bigger impact in telecom, where you see a 5.6% decline. Now, manufacturing, also there is a decline, but it is primarily due to a one-time impact of a project coming to an end. That's why you'll see a decline of 3.5%. I hope this answers your question.
If I may just add, Sanket, you asked a slightly larger question as well. So look at it this way. All said and done, the growth in ITBS is 1.6% sequentially, right? Now, that is in keeping with the times, okay? And if you talk about the next year, we are guiding 6 to 8%. In services terms, 6.5 to 8.5, right? Compared to the 13.7 we delivered this year. So yes, there is a change in the overall environment, which is factored into the numbers that are in front of you. I hope that answers your larger question that you had in your mind.
Hi, good evening. Abhimanyu, this side from CNBC-TV18. I have 2 questions. Firstly, can you explain for BFSI, very strong growth and very weak growth in telcos, and also any project cancellations and deferrals and the outlook on hiring?
So financial services, as I mentioned, has grown on the back of strong ramp-up in the large deals that we won in the previous quarters. So we've had a phenomenal execution. All the execution has been on track. Our ramp-ups have happened on time, and we've transitioned some large clients. We've also had some good programs in our financial services clients around cloud adoption and modernization. That's also contributed to the revenue. And if I just break financial services into banking, capital markets, and insurance, I think both capital markets and insurance is where we had the maximum growth. Telecom, as I called out even last quarter, we see cut in discretionary spend to be a little sharp. That's why you'll see a 5% plus decline. I think most of that has already happened. It's pretty much happened from the beginning of the quarter, or some follow-on impact of the ramp downs that happened in the last quarter. We are cautiously optimistic of what would further span out in these 2 segments, because there are some clients where there is concerted effort to be more efficient, and then we are getting some work coming our way. And there is other clients where they're a little more choosy about what discretionary projects to invest in. So this is the broad commentary on these 2 segments.
If we look at the EBIT margin, it has dropped 1.5% quarter-on-quarter basis. So what is is there any pressure from cost side, or what is the reason behind?
No, there is no pressure on cost side. I think, the simple way to read, the correct way to read is the year on year. In our software business, we have a seasonality where the December quarter is a peak. So as per the seasonality, when you have a peak, then there is a drop in the next quarter, which happens to be this quarter. That's the only reason. Otherwise, if you look at it last year, I think we were 17.9. We are at 18.1. I think the overall trajectory remains strong. It is just the seasonality in the software business.